Mane. Taylor. What do you say? It's a really good ball. It's Shabalala! Goal! Bafana! Bafana! Goal for South Africa! Goal for all Africa!
Oh no.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of How's Your Touch. This is a podcast, two friends meeting weekly just to discuss latest news in soccer, as well as play games surrounding soccer, trivia games, just sometimes make top 10 lists, you know the vibes. I'm Darren Baidu, your host, and my co-host is Tate Alonso. And I'm very excited for this episode because Tate got to decide what the episode is. And I don't know. And before we started recording, he was talking about, I don't know what we're going to do. Well, you got to decide, Tate. You're the producer of the show today. Go ahead. What are we doing today?
Listen, let's have a discussion first. First off, weekly, bruh. We are part-time beyond part-time. We're part-time, bro.
All right, bro. Some of us are busy, okay? It's the time difference, too.
Listen.
Like, if we were on the same time, it would work better.
Yeah, that's true. I will say that's true.
Like, I'm free later in the day.
Why are you not at work right now?
What do you mean, bro? Hey, chill out, bro.
Hey, bro.
Chill out, bro. Chill out. So, they don't even know when this was recorded.
Hey, bro, it's okay. Amazon doesn't know, bro. Amazon doesn't know. Anyways, so I'm really struggling with the topic.
Okay.
And I have two options. I really think, I think our best episode was our hot takes episode. So I think it'd be cool to do another hot takes. But I also, after our last episode and the love we got from Sebastian, I thought, you know what Sebastian might want to hear? He might want to hear our favorite players. And then we can see who the real ball knower is with who our favorite players are. But listen, Darren, I can't decide. I'm going off the dome with both as well, so you choose which one you like more. And if you can't choose, I'll just choose, I guess. So,
we've already done a hot takes episode, so let's do a favorite players episode.
But I will put one rule on the favorite players because I don't want your team to be 11 Arsenal players. Not that yours would, yours wouldn't. I want one player.
Building 11.
What'd you say? 11.
Like an 11.
And we're going. I want to do a 4-3-3 because I want us to have we can do it like a 6-8-10 in the midfield, but I want two wingers.
Sorry, I need.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does my team have to be good?
No. So my team is gonna be no defense, all attack, bro.
Okay. No, because I'm just asking because I might want to pick someone because I think they're funny. And I just want to make sure I can pick.
I want you to pick your players that you know how people talk about agendas and a player that you're gonna back until the legs fall off. You're riding that wagon till the wheels fall off, bro.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're doing it's not just Prem only, right? It is whole.
Correct. I mean my knowledge is a little limited to Prem and big clubs, but yours might be more out there than mine. So we'll have to see. And then, depending on the time at the end of the episode, I might just want us to read off our team's best 11 right now because, I just want to laugh at United personally, but that's just me. So let's see how the app goes and let's see what the night takes us.
Word.
Am I getting the call or is it you?
It's me.
Hey, bro.
Sorry, fans. All right, let's lock in.
Darren's about to get pounced upon at his house.
I'll start. Goalkeeper. Can we start with goalkeeper?
Yeah.
So we're going to do goalkeeper, I assume, left back, center backs, right back.
Where to go? Yep.
Mids. Okay, perfect. All right. Goalkeeper, I'm gonna go with this guy because I think I have a lot of agendas. And black people, especially, will say I have a lot of agendas against black people.
I know who you're picking.
But I think everybody thinks I'm gonna pick this guy, but I'm not. I'm gonna go with the other guy because I think he is the only guy who breaks the agenda, and that is Mike Magnan.
Yeah.
Like, I think like he is arguably the best goalkeeper in the world when you're talking about completeness. Like I know people are still gonna put like Alisson up there and Courtois, but I think like for me personally, I think he's like the in between the two of them. Like he's just as good on the ball as Alisson, like when it comes to the distribution. And to me, he makes the crazy saves. I think the big thing for him is that like he's an injury prone goalkeeper. Like it doesn't.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
Not a fan of injury.
You get that with BLM sometimes, man.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, I'm going with Mike Magnan and go.
So you mentioned my keeper. I went with who I think the best keeper in the world is. I mean, I guess is he injury prone? I don't know. Courtois. Now, the reason I think Courtois is the best keeper in the world is every big Champions League game I see this man, he's got like 6 arms and his legs are I mean, it's crazy. I remember watching him in the Champions League final against Liverpool. 1-0, Vinny scored.
Yeah.
Courtois dude, he's standing on his head. And he does it like every time too. Like that whole run they made where they beat They beat City, they beat Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea should have cooked them, and he was.
Yeah.
And I think Courtois on the ball is not ideal. But I want to remind people that they were telling me Onana was good on the ball. I mean, bruh, I'm done with this on the ball. I was trying to be woke for a second. I'm done. I don't care about good on the ball.
Say how you feel about black goalkeepers.
No, I like black goalkeepers. It's just Andre. Bro, Morgan Gibbs White shoots the ball straight down the center, and he's diving the other way, bro.
Say how you really feel. Say how you really feel.
Hey, bro. But for real BLM, but yeah, let's go to the next thing.
Okay.
So right back.
Go ahead, T.
All right. So this was the part where I didn't know how we would classify, United players. Because if they're not playing for United anymore, does that count as a United player? Because I love Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And he's old. At right. Oh, are we doing left back first?
We can go right back. You've already started right back.
All right, my bad. I love Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now, for me, he needed to leave United in the sense that we were trying to become a team that plays possession. And right now, we're dying for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, which is hilarious because we can't defend. But I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka is just such a funny player. I mean, he'll be out of position and make a crazy slide tackle, and I'm on my feet clapping, bro. And it's because it's just his slide tackle game is crazy. And the way he attacks, too. I know you're going to agree with me. It's like low-key, like he's good at it, but it's the most weird-looking attack I've ever seen.
It's so unpleasant.
It is, but he low-key doesn't lose the ball.
It does work.
And I think a West Ham is like his level. And I even like a Crystal Palace is his level where he was before. I think he just made that move to United, which, I mean, for those of you that don't know how I support United, we've been doing this for a while. We've been overpaying for players, and, they haven't been ready. And that's
you were on the Wan-Bissaka wave as well, bro.
Yeah, but I do like Wan-Bissaka. I did like him at United. I think, he did what he needed to do for us. There's much more expensive players we've bought that have been way worse. So, but when I was looking at right backs, he's my favorite right back. So,
right back. This is a tough decision for me, actually.
And you can't waste your Arsenal pick on a right back.
Yeah, but I like our right back.
No, but who you could put right back that's not playing for us.
Right back, I will probably go Trent, to be honest. Like, I know it's a bait pick for a lot of people, but I don't know if I like any Liverpool players. Like, I like Trent. And for me, like I think Trent is something entirely different to the right back field in the Premier
Yeah,
League and
changed the
globally. To be honest, like he's literally like he has the passing range of like the best midfielders
say the names. I'm thinking
playing.
De Bruyne.
Yeah, bro, and he's playing at right back.
It's
Like,
crazy.
and so like the angles he's opening up are crazy. And I used to be, I wouldn't say a Trent hater. I think the year Liverpool won the league, like it was very okay. Like we tried the you guys bump all the way forward. Now we're just gonna do, bro, get the ball in early. So it was just him and Robertson just boom, boom, boom. And I was like, bro, like
What are we doing,
I
dude?
guess you can pass, but y'all are spamming crosses, bro.
Yeah,
like I get you're gonna get the assist records and whatnot.
yeah,
But
right. We get it.
spamming crosses, bro. But I think my favorite thing about Trent is, and what changed my opinion on Trent was the like I think it's a mixed bag of passes and a mixed bag of techniques. Like the issue that year for me was just the whipped cross, but like this
Yeah,
this year and even years before, like you have seen, oh, if I need to do a cute little dink, I can do it. If I need to zip the ball across the field, I will get it there. Like if I need to just put that whip on it, I can get it there. And I think, bro, like you're not getting that from anybody else in the league. Never mind, like maybe even the world at right back. So
definitely. I agree.
I'm
I
gonna
think
take.
he's the best right back in the world. I mean, I think
I
you know,
agree. I
I
agree.
think he's changed the position. He'd start for every team in the world. So yeah, I love the pick. Even though I can't stand Trent personally, but I get the pick. You want to do left back next?
Sure. Left back. Um,
If you don't know yours, I can go.
you know who I want to go because I came on here and I tried to, like, I just try to warn people. And I know there are people who went back thinking Darren is just chatting, bro. But Tate knows me. Tate knows.
Don't
I don't, I
don't
don't come
do
up,
it now.
I don't come up here.
Do not do it now. Do not listen. There are so
I'm
many.
not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Why?
Like I know we have the same thought process,
I
right?
know you can do someone else besides that.
Um,
Although, oh, actually,
left back in the world, I'm gonna go Balde, bro. Like that's my favorite
that's
left
who I
back in
had.
the world, bro. He is so exciting, bro. Like he's just like when I think about the Man United left wing back spot, if you guys have Balde, bro, that is like top tier. Like him and the other guy I was thinking was DeMarco. Like those would be my two favorite. Like they're literally like left
Or
wingers who are playing that left back, but like they have so much tenacity that like they can play left back. Like if I need to slide in and just whip the ball away from you, I'll do that. If I need to go shoulder to shoulder with you, I'll do that. You want to go out in a race? Let's race, bro. Let's race. I dare you to ask me to race.
oh,
Like, yeah, bro. Like Balde has to be my favorite. He's and the skills, bro. Like, what?
yeah,
Why are you doing that at left back? Like
he's a
he's
left
moving like Marcelo at left back.
Facts. Facts.
You relax. You're not Brazilian, bro. You're Spanish. Do some tiki tacos, bro. But no, Balde is my favorite left back, bro.
I had Balde down too. Now, I will preface this by saying Barca is my favorite team in the world to watch. And I mean, like El Clasico, I watched this year. I was watching like prime Barca. It felt like they were cooking, and Balde is unreal. I'm not gonna say more about what Darren says, but my favorite left back to watch this season so far has been Miles Lewis Skelly, and that's who Darren was saying. Now, if I was choosing this list, I would say Balde, but for the content, I am gonna put MLS in since Darren can't because I know that's what he wanted. And let me tell you, him doing the Holland celebration, I am tired of these future MOL people like, no, we can't let the goal do it again. Again. He should trademark it. It should be his celebration. I love it.
I
But
agree.
I think just to discuss, because Darren did mention MLS, in our first episode, and I think, we gotta call out a good take, right? And we gotta say, we saw it. I was not familiar with
All
his
I'm
game.
saying is, right? All I'm saying is, people have seen Wanieri, people have seen MLS, and I'm telling you, the best one is 15, and he's still in our academy.
Oh,
Max Dillman,
yeah, I've seen him.
genuinely, bro. Like, we have when people say we have, oh, you want McDonald's? Your mom says he, nah, bro. We have rice at home. You know, because rice is better for you than McDonald's, but you just don't know yet. You just don't know yet.
Listen,
Bro, we have Max. I want Pedri. Nah, Darren, we have Max Dowman at home.
bro.
I wasn't done.
Let's
I
go.
wasn't done. We have Max Dowman at home.
Listen,
That's all
that's
I'm saying.
crazy.
I have to slip that in there
Hey,
because
bro.
they think I just be chatting, bro. I watch. People think it's a joke, but I said it in a previous episode. Like I really love like discovering talent. Like I play Football Manager because of that reason. I literally get a team, I wipe away the whole team, and I go, okay, bro, we're going to Division 2, we're going to the championship, we're going to League 1, and we're going to go scout demons, bro. Like, so that's my favorite thing to do. So it's just nice to see that like people I have a lot of confidence in their ability are showing it in the league. But yeah, we can move on.
No, I just want to say one thing on MLS. All right. I think MLS is when we saw Zinchenko come to Arsenal, people were hype about Zinchenko because he was good at the start. And Zinchenko gave Arsenal something that, they weren't used to. I think Zinchenko is, MLS, sorry. I think MLS is we've talked about this, Darren and I. I don't know if we've done it on the pod, but he's a better defender than Zinchenko, definitely. He has the physicality that I think Zinchenko lacks, but on the ball, he is silky. And you can tell he played center mid, but I don't want him to switch. He starts at left back. He starts at left back for England right now. And he's 18? I mean, we're going to have 18-year-old MLS starting, 19-year-old Kobe Mainu starting, and then we might have Wanieri starting too.
Yeah, Kobe Mainu, come on, bro. We're snatching that chain, bro.
We'll discuss later.
We're snatching that chain, bro. We're snatching that chain.
We'll discuss later. But, okay. Big fan of MLS. I think if people have not been watching Lewis Skelly this season, definitely get on that. I think he's a young player that a lot of people might not know about that's been really good. So, big fan.
I agree.
Center backs.
All right, Tate, go ahead. You can name your two.
All right. So, for me, when healthy, top 3 center back in the league. Easy. Konate. Insane play. Insane. I think if I could have a healthy center back, obviously I'd choose Virgil van Dijk, but low-key, Konate, it might be he's 2 or 3 for me. And I think, when he signed, I was skeptical because I think Leipzig, they had Upamecano, and I thought Upamecano was crazy at Leipzig, and he's been at Bayern. I think he's been good. But Konate is like so calm on the ball. And he's massive, and he's like so physical. I just think he's like all around such a good center back. He's pacey. I mean, I love watching him play. I think for me, he's my favorite center back in the world. And I hate Liverpool players. I hate Liverpool, but Konate is just. And I think if he came out of the Liverpool academy, I'd hate him. But since he came from elsewhere, and now I'm watching him, he's amazing. But the injuries are very concerning. And I will say that. And then my other center back, also an injury-prone center back. So we have a slight issue with my center backs, but it's okay. I liked him because I packed him in FIFA. All right? And he was crazy. So I'm like, you know what? Let me watch this guy's highlights. And he was crazy. And then he moved to Real Madrid. And I was like, all right, now I'm really going to tune in. And he's just chaos, and I love it. Eder Militao. I mean, he's just... like, he wants to be Sergio Ramos or Pepe. And, he's good. Like, he's good on the ball, and he's quick, and he's a good defender. But I just love the chaos aspect. And again, I've talked about my center back pairing I want in general, but I need someone that's going to go in there and just, put a foot in, and that defender, that attacker is going to be in pain for the rest of the game. And then I want a center back that's calm, and that can spray the ball, and that can provide, that sort of security. So those would be my 2 center backs, my favorite center backs probably in the world.
I like it. I like it, Tate. My two center backs. I'm gonna go with my first center back. I think also breaks the mold of my disdain for dark skinned center backs.
Oh, here we go again.
I think he is like if you want a dark skinned center back, this is the ultimate form of that center back, that build, that mold, because they can still get to express the craziness within them.
Oh, I hope
but,
I
but they're a monster, bro. Like they are some like on their best nights, they are a one man defense. Like they can literally say, "You're not scoring today," and that's it. Like we're not having a discussion about it. Like I'm shutting this shit down, and I have to go with Antonio Rudiger.
I love him.
I had to dislike him when he was at Chelsea, just because he was just a madman, bro.
Yeah.
The older he's gotten, he's just like, bro, like he's even on the ball, he's developed so much. Like his decision making is so much better. And now it's just, like I know I'm a freak physically, but I can just read the game better. So instead of even having to get into the races with you, I'm barging you before you even take your first touch. So there's nowhere for you to go, bro. I'm right here. You're gonna know I'm right here.
I'm just thinking of the Rudiger run.
Bro,
I've been listening.
Aerially, he's a monster, bro.
He is.
Monster. Like I think he is one of the few center backs I look at globally. Like, and I think you might bench one of my center backs out.
Yeah.
I think there are only there are 3 center backs globally. I think can come to Arsenal and put up a challenge. 4 center backs globally, because I think there's one you might not think. I think he plays in Italy. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I think there's 5 center backs, both of Liverpool's. What's it called? Rudiger, Bastoni, and there's somebody else. I don't remember. Oh, and my other center back that I'm gonna go with, and I think he has something you literally can't teach. Like this is just you're born with it. This guy is playing the wrong sport, bro. He should be on the track. Like he should be bringing in the goals for Netherlands, bro. I'm going with Van de Ven, bro.
Dude, I love both your center backs
doing that center back for Tottenham Hotspur, bro. Jeez, bro, they literally like their manager's whole tactical mindset he's based on this guy's blistering pace. Like generally, I don't think and the difference is he's 6'4", bro. So like me thinking he's moving fast on the ground, he's probably covering crazy ground.
He's definitely one of the fastest, if not the fastest in the Prem, bro.
I have to go with Van de Ven, bro, because like even if you do beat me over the top, bro, I dare you to go race him, bro. Go race Van de Ven on one side. Go race Rudiger on the other side, bro. I dare you.
Dude, it's crazy because I have what is that called? No, not parentheses. The slash mark next to each player. And the 2 other players I have are Van de Ven and Rudiger.
Yeah, bro.
Van de Ven is, I mean, I think we need to have a discussion about how important he is to Tottenham.
In general, bro. Like, because he can pass, bro.
Dude,
like, that's what people don't realize. And, like, even his ability to move into space just to create little triangles for Tottenham when they're trying to beat the press. Like, that's the thing about Ange's, like, tactics. It's like, even, it kind of reminds me of, what's that team? A couple years ago where they had their center backs overlapping. What's that team, bro? They were a promoted team. Red and white.
Recently, not Sheffield.
Sheffield, bro. Sheffield.
Center backs were overlapping, bro?
Yeah, center backs were overlapping. Like the first time we got promoted in
Sheffield
in a while. Bro, that was it reminds me of that. Like Ange's center backs, all the time I see Romero or Van de Ven ending an attacking move. And I'm like, what is going on? Like,
don't get me started on Romero.
Yeah, bro. That's a different conversation. But no, bro. I rate Van de Ven highly.
I like it. I like the center back picks. I think, we chose 4. I think center backs are a very interesting position because I think you can see I think it's very clear to see the players you enjoy watching at center back and the players you don't enjoy watching. And I think the center backs we chose, I mean, all of them are just unreal. So big fan of the center back picks. Now, center mids, I have a 6, 8, 10 kind of in my mind. Now, do we want to read off one at a time or all three? Because I'm concerned we're not. If we read all three, it's going to be too much. Like maybe we do our pivot and then a cam, or are you doing? How are you doing it?
We can do pivot first, and then we can decide after
All right.
that.
All right. You want to go first, or are you not have yours yet?
I don't have mine yet. You can go first.
All right. All right. So I'm going to start at my guy that would be holding my favorite United States player, and I have to choose a United States player because as an American, you know. I guess I'm obligated to choose. Nah, the real reason is because I think Tyler Adams is crazy.
Bro,
Bournemouth is crazy. Tyler Adams is crazy.
He's something, bro. Like
you're not a fan, or you're a fan,
bro. I've been a big fan of Tyler.
Yeah,
Adams.
he's our United States best player.
Days, bro. Like he's a dog, bro. Like he's a dog.
It's something about. Because he's crazy on the tackle, and I think everyone can see that. He covers crazy ground. He's tackling everywhere. We've seen that from Leeds because that's the way Leeds played. We've seen that from the United States because he's our midfield. When he's not there, I think our midfield looks so much worse. But in Bournemouth, when he signed for Bournemouth, my thought is Bournemouth's very good on the ball, right? And Tyler Adams I thought he was okay on the ball. I didn't think he was like this. Bro, I'm watching Bournemouth recently, and Tyler Adams is unreal on the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not missing passes. I mean, it's great. And I
it's
think
the speed of pass too.
Exactly.
Like when he needs to zip it, he zips it, bro. Like perfect. Like if he needs to loft it, he lofts. Like if he needs to just caress it to you, it stops right in front. He can do it.
It's almost like, why is this guy playing? Like, it just doesn't make sense how he's on the U.S. men's national team because we don't see this for United States players. Like, Pulisic's probably our best player, and Pulisic's been unreal at Milan. But he's not the type of player where you're like, I mean, this guy is so delicate on the ball like Tyler Adams is. And I only noticed this until when he moved to Bournemouth. At Leeds, I saw a little bit, but more I saw that graft in the midfield. But I love Tyler Adams. I think he is top quality, and I think he comes to United. He starts easily. I think he's a top player. So he's my 6. And sitting next to my favorite, I have 2 favorite players. One's a United player and we'll talk about my other one. But Kobe Mainu. Listen, I'm not having that. Darren is not doing that. Because I know this kid rates Mainu. And no, let's have a discussion about Kobe Mainu. He burst onto the scene first off, he burst onto the scene in preseason. Darren and I were at the game. We are sitting with Darren's cousin. I say to Darren and his cousin, Kobe Mainu is better than Casemiro. They say, what are you talking about?
Me? I didn't say that, bro.
Yeah, facts. Actually, Darren said, I think Darren said, dude, maybe, or something like that. It's like, nah, Tate. He's not. No, that's just crazy, bro. He was better at that time.
He was.
And he's been better. He's been better since then. But let's have a discussion again because I've talked about him a little bit. He doesn't fit Amorim's system extremely well. But he's 19. We need to realize he's 19. And do I overhype the kid? Probably. I do. But I am a United fan, and we have nothing to be happy about. So Kobe Mainu is what makes me happy. I'm sorry. Anyways, on the ball, technically, so gifted. Unreal. With dribbling, I think his dribbling is so underrated. I think if he was fast, people would be like, holy crap, this man's unreal. But Darren and I have talked about this before, and I think Darren's the one that mentioned it on our first episode. He seems like he has 3 extra seconds on the ball compared to everyone else, and that is not something you can teach. That is something that United don't have, and it's not Kobe's fault that our team sucks, because if we were playing with a better team, when he's interplaying with Ahmad, when he's interplaying with anyone of quality on the field, you see it every time he's in there. We almost scored in the first 10 minutes because Kobe and Ahmad are kicking the ball about. Yeah. I just think And defensively, he gets a lot of hate too, but he covers so much ground, and he's not even a defensive midfielder. I said in Ten Hag's system, his best position was 6 because we had no one that could do what Ten Hag was looking for. Now we have Amarim, and we don't even play with our 6s are like 8s, and they just run around all over, and that's not Kobe. Kobe at the 10, he played one game at the 10. He was by far the best player on the pitch. He's got to play there every game.
I agree.
He's technical. He can score goals. He can create chances. I just think this guy, I mean, I could talk about him all day. I love the kid. I think he's United's future. I mean, I just love the kid. So that'll be the longest I talk about any player. I'm sorry. I love the guy.
I hear it, Tate. I'm gonna go with the double pivot.
All right. 2 6s?
Kinda. More
All
like
right.
2 6-8s.
Got it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with one because he ended our title charge single-handedly. Like, he literally said it's on me. And at Southampton to do that in the 6th is crazy.
Oh, such a good play.
But he's at Chelsea now, obviously.
Such a good
And
play.
everybody who knows me knows the guy who plays next to him, I was a big fan of. And I was like, we need him at Arsenal, even though that move didn't get completed. And I actually don't mind because I think we got a demon as well because we didn't go for Caicedo. But the guy I'm going to go with is Romeo Lavia, bro. Like, I know, like, he's injury prone, but bro.
When he plays.
Bro. Like, what you're saying about Kobe in the 10, like, about having so much time on the ball. Like, Lavia is funny because, like, he's not tall. He's not quick. Like, he's not strong. It is literally just the brain, bro. The brain and the touches. Like, bro, he reads the game so well for someone who's not physically dominant in his position. And then on the ball, bro, he's checked. Like, honestly, I think at the 6, collecting the ball from defenders, like that first phase of midfield, bro, I think he's chatting to a lot of top people.
I agree.
Bro.
I agree.
Like, I think Lavia is up there with some.
What was the person who plays next to, too?
Bro,
which is crazy.
Facts.
It's crazy.
Facts. And I'm not going to waste too much time on Lavia, but, like, he's one of them, bro. If he can stay fit, like, he is. He's one of them. Like, I'm putting him in as, like, bro, he can be chatting to a lot of people at the end of his career if he hits the kind of trajectory I think he could hit. And then next to him, I gotta go with the future of the guy who sits next to him right now. Like, I think Brighton went ahead and said, we like Caicedo so much. How about we make him a little taller? We make him cover a little more ground. Like, we make him a little smoother on the ball.
Oh, no.
It makes sense, bro. Like, genuinely, it doesn't. Like, I hear that they have one of the best recruitment departments in the world. I don't give a fuck, bro. This is witchcraft, bro. This is witchcraft. What they are doing there is witchcraft. And so I have to go with Baleva, bro. And people, like, what you will learn, like Tate has said previously on episodes, is that, like, you will hear about players we like, bro. And Baleva, for me, I think.
How many times have we mentioned this kid already, too?
Bro, I mean, bro, like, if he hits the team, I think he can hit. Like, I think, like, everybody's raving about Caicedo right now, and like, oh, like, okay, like, maybe he is worth the price tag because he is playing at, like, to me, only Gravenberch is talking to him about being the best 6 in the league this year.
Are we counting Caicedo as a 6?
Yes, because of who he has to play next to. Like, Gavi hasn't been there that much of the season.
I think Baleba is third out of those 3, but
and Enzo is in the 6.
Yeah,
so,
and Enzo is nowhere near. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I have to put Baleba in there, bro. Because, like, again, on the ball, I think he might have a little more je ne sais quoi than Caicedo.
I agree.
And, bro, and he's taller than him. He seems to, like, to me, when his frame fills out, I think he's going to be monstrous, bro. Like, I think he's going to be bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I have to pick him. Because, bro, if I could build an 8 like an 8-6 blend. Like that's what I would play if I was a manager. I would play 2 8-6s. Two
Yeah.
people, almost like back in the old days when they used to have just two in midfield. I would want two of those still. Like I need you to be able to
Yeah.
destroy.
Like a 4-4-2. I got you.
Yeah. But like I'm still gonna want a creator in front of you. And I think Lavia and Baleba, oh my god, bro. Match made in heaven to me.
I think on the Caicedo Baleba discussion, I think Caicedo is just I don't even know. I think he's a little better defensively, and I think he's just so versatile. I mean, he can just do anything.
I
But
agree.
I think Baleba is just, and I don't love to give these Brighton players this love because I just think the amount of everyone's second favorite team is Brighton now. I
Yeah.
mean, everyone loves them, and I think a lot of their players do get a little overhyped now because of how underrated they were before. And now it's like every single player they sign, it's like, oh, this guy is different. Like Barco, the guy from that joined Brighton. I thought when he signed, he was going to be crazy. FM kid, by the way, FM kid. I mean, those of us that play FM know every save, he's like the best left back in the league. But for me, I think Baleba is one of the recruitments. I'm like, they hit with this guy. And I mean, I'm going to talk on another one of their recruits that I think was crazy, but definitely a big fan. Now in the 10, do you have your 10 ready?
I think so.
You want to talk on them?
Yeah, I can. I think it's funny because I don't rate this league I'm about to go to. But I think
I know who you're picking already.
I think it's crazy because it feels like this player feels like he was a regen before the first guy was even done. That's how I feel when I watch this guy play. Like the feeling I get when I watch this guy play.
Oh, regen of who?
Of a guy in the Prem, and I think he's gonna go to the same team to replace that guy this summer.
Talking about, I think.
Bro, my 10 has to be Florian Wirtz, bro. Like it has to be. Bro, when I watch him play, bro, he is De Bruyne, bro. I think, bro, like it's the passing, bro. Like I don't think
that cross, that trademark cross that De Bruyne has.
Sure, but I think it's more the like inevitability in games, bro. It's the like I'm leaving with something. Like
He's
you can literally when you're playing against Wirtz, it feels like, or when I watch him, like it feels like, bro, like the team knows, oh, this guy is gonna give us a moment of magic. Like, regardless of if we're gonna have a good day, bad day, like we know this guy has some in him. Like, bro, he gives me the same vibe. Like when he picks up the ball, he like players just dart, like they're gone because they're like, oh, Wirtz will get it here. And bro, I think his best attribute is in front of goal, bro. I think he left foot, right foot, like that guy can smack it from distance. Bro, because he's a 10, and for his finishing to be that good as a 10 does not make sense to me, bro. And I think the only 10 in recent times we've seen that from is De Bruyne, bro. Left foot, right foot. Like creatively, sure. I don't think Wirtz creates at the same clip as De Bruyne. I don't think Wirtz has the De Bruyne games of, oh, like I'm gonna make 10 chances today if I feel like it. I don't think he has that in his game right now.
Yeah.
But I think also, I don't know if he's playing, like I think Leverkusen shares the ball a lot more, especially with how wide their team gets. I think a lot of focus goes to their wingbacks. Like their wingbacks get a lot of the ball, then whip the ball in, or the little intricate passes in between.
Yeah.
Whereas at City, I think they will build a system around, okay, bro, like we know you have the wand. We will get you the ball in certain positions and do your thing. Like, but bro, that's my guy, bro. That's my guy. In the 10, I have Florian. Who do you have, Tate?
Oh, I've mentioned this guy already at my 10, and I love the guy. And I want to say, before I talk on him, that I watched him in the championship. So I want people to know that the championship produces ballers. And we're going to see that with my next 3 picks, actually. we're gonna know the championship, and this is gonna be something. This is
I
gonna
know.
be something
Go
I
ahead.
talk about all the time. All right,
Yeah.
that pathway hits. It
I
does.
agree. I do
It
agree.
does. So if you're looking for a star out of the championship, I'm telling you, it hits. Aston Villa signed a Cam from Middlesbrough. He's 6'4". I didn't realize this. 6'4".
Yeah, 6'4".
He's rapid. And his dribbling is unreal. It
I
gives
agree.
me the vibe of like I know Musiala is tall, but if Musiala was even
He's
taller.
not 6'4", bro. Musiala's not 6'4".
No, that's what I'm saying. He's like what, 5'11", maybe? 6
I think
foot?
he's like 6'1", but like
Something like that. Now imagine Musiala has 3 extra inches. He's gonna lose a little bit of agility, right? But Rodgers has that little loss of agility, but he dribbles. I mean, it's unreal. He does those runs through the midfield. We talked a lot about Cunha last episode, and those runs through the midfield. Morgan Rodgers does this week in, week out. He does it every time I watch Villa play. He is maybe not their best player every time, but he is their creative spark. He is the guy that gets the ball and runs through players. He is so strong. And I think that's where I talk about the championship being a good system for players to come into the Prem, is because that physicality is still there, and he's taken. I mean, he's got the physicality down. Clinical finishing and final third is the one place I will talk about this guy as, and I don't even think it's bad, but it's just somewhere there he can improve. And I don't think it's that he can't finish. I think it's more the decision making aspect of, he's not making that pass that he should be making. He's trying to take on an extra defender. And that's what I noticed the most from him, with poor decisions. But I just love the guy. And, my favorite part about this whole conversation is Cole Palmer got the brr celebration. If you got Cole Palmer, he got it from Morgan Rodgers, bro.
yeah.
You think Cole Palmer is cold? Morgan Rodgers is cold. I'm telling you. If you haven't peeped to watch this guy, definitely watch this guy. I mean, he is quality footballer. And I was between him, and I was going to put Cunha at 10 too, and I was really struggling between the two of them. But I have to go Morgan Rodgers. I love watching the guy. I think he's unreal. So he's my Cam.
Can I change my Cam actually?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move someone because I was gonna originally have this guy on my team because obviously the position he actually plays in is gonna be taken by somebody else. But I need someone from Ghana on my team, bro. In the 10, I'm putting Mohamed Kudus.
Oh, yeah, you do need it.
Mohamed Kudus, bro.
We know.
Birds, get out of here. I respect Birds though, but I'm gonna put Kudus in the 10. I don't even need to speak on
Loki Ghanaian.
Go watch our African draft. Who? Loki.
Kobe.
Get that shit out of here, bro.
As if he doesn't run into Ghana's team and Kudus are the Star Boys.
Kobe Mania does not get into the Ghana team. You heard it here first.
Wow, that smells. I mean, I'm like 2,000 miles away from you, and that smells.
We need the controversy for the views.
Hey, bro, that's the quote.
Yeah, you need the controversy for the views.
Hey, bro.
All right, bro. Moving on to left wing. Go ahead, T. Because I picked 10 first.
Oh, this is so hard.
I know who you're going to go. I assume this is one of your championship route players.
I was considering to go Rafinha because I love Rafinha. But if we're talking my favorite left winger is Anthony Elanga. And I know it's hilarious, but when he came on the scene at United, I loved the kid. And
I love Elanga too. Bro.
You know what it is? It's his personality. Bro, you watch any video this kid is in, and the person is having the best. I mean, they're singing, they're dancing. I'm like, how does this kid do this? He plays, and it's when he had the braces too that kills me. Is because he had the braces and he would be smiling the whole game. That's what I want players to play like. Listen, I did not think Anthony Elanga was as good as he is right now. But right now, I would throw out crazy shots and say he's the top 5 winger in the league right now because he is. And, I mean, have I thought this through? No. Is he probably a top 5 winger in the league? Probably. Right
That's
now,
that's the bold take.
with available players, I think he sniffed in.
Available players. Trying to put
With
some
available,
clauses in there.
with available players, I think he sniffs it.
Players who have played more than 20 games this year.
Hey, bro, we're gonna put all the different criteria on it so he fits what I said. Anyways, Alenga he's creativity wise, I think he's taken it up a whole notch from when he was at United. I think that Nottingham Forest team is somewhere I wish I was a Forest fan, because watching them is also so fun. They're again, we talk about playing with a smile on your face. That whole Nottingham Forest team. I mean, Ola Aina is someone that I think of, and I'm just like, I would love to be in the locker room with this guy. It gives me like Ola Aina, like this team, this Nottingham Forest team gives me the vibe of Darren and I's friend group from home. It's like just straight jokes, and I just love it. I just love it. So Alenga. Now I'm going to talk actual football now. So pace-wise, unreal pace, and I think you can see with the work ethic he puts in. He puts those crazy videos on his story of his like training, and you're like, dude, how does this correlate? Yeah, but you see it on the field.
Yeah, you do, bro. His feet are crazy.
It's and he's not someone that's like, dribbling through players like crazy. Yeah. It's just he beats someone on the run and then plays a simple cross in. And Chris Wood is a guy that can stand there and tap the ball.
So good.
He's up to shout out Ilyas, right? I think shout out. Hey, he's not gonna watch this, but shout out anyway. No, but for real, I think Anthony Alenga he's taken his game to a whole new level. And I think, just for me, when I saw him play originally at United, and I was like, I think this guy got sold too soon. I think we'll look at someone like him and Alejandro Garnacho. I know who I'm taking, and I know who I'm taking when I saw their time at United too. So, for me, I just love watching the guy play. And not very much actual knowledge was involved in that take. We were just joking about the guy, but I'm being for real. He's my favorite left winger. So,
favorite left winger for me. I agree with a lot of what you said with Alenga. I think he is a great guy, and I liked a lot that he was a great guy, that I wanted him to be a better player. And I'm glad he's having this moment.
Exactly. I agree.
Left wing for me, everybody who knows that I'm from Ghana knows right after that I hate Nigerians. He does. For me to consider a Nigerian, thankfully he doesn't play for their team. But for me to consider a Nigerian in this position makes you know I really like this player, bro. And this was also a Wonder Kid shout from a couple years ago. And this guy, I was moved by the hair, actually. Players who have fun hair just make stuff more exciting.
Facts.
And it has to be Karim Adeyemi, bro. For me, bro, I love watching him play. And when you talk about the speed with Alenga, I think Adeyemi is as quick, if not quicker, than Alenga, bro.
Probably.
Adeyemi is rapid, bro. Rapid. And I think a lot of people get too framed in that. A lot of people think he is just a pace player. Bro, his dribbling is good. And in front of goal, bro, he smacks the ball like nobody's business, bro. Like, he smacks the ball like he hates the ball, bro.
We all watch that Dortmund Champions League run.
Bro, he literally just smacks the ball. He hates the ball, bro. Hates it. And bro, I think when I look at wingers, and I've said this before on the pod, but when I look at wingers, and what I want from you is genuinely the one thing I want from my wingers, your fullback, every time they are left on an island with you, are like, bro, I am done. This is they're just like a little clip plays of, oh, you're probably wondering how I got here.
Yeah, exactly.
Cooked, bro. And they know they're gonna get cooked. That's what I want from my left winger. And I think you put him one-on-one. Obviously, you probably won't get a lot of chances with this because Dortmund play very expansive, so they get a lot of breaks. So I wouldn't necessarily want him at Arsenal. I think I would want more of a actual technician at Arsenal, like a Kvaratskhelia, someone who can move and combine. My right winger is gonna. But
I know you're fine. That's okay.
But Yeah, bro. It has to be Adeyemi, bro. I think just when I think of my ideal team, I look at my right wing as like someone a little more, like techie, like
Mhm.
on the like give and goes, like a Messi build almost, like someone
Oh,
more. And then I look at my left wing and I want a Ronaldo build, bro. Like you're my goal getter. Like that's what on your mind. Like
hey,
you're
bro,
almost like a striker who was forced out there, and
that's
you're like,
that's
I'm about to show y'all I'm a goal scorer. Like, and that's what I want from my left winger. So yeah, I'm gonna go Adeyemi.
I have 2 points to make from what you made. First off, I would like to say Adeyemi was potentially the most essential player in Dortmund's system to get to the Champions League last year. He was every game I watched, he came off probably at like 70. Maybe he didn't come off every game, but like 70, 80-minute mark. He is gassed because he was sprinting up
He
and
makes
down the
those
field.
runs. He might not get the ball, bro.
Sprinting.
It's of just
Exactly.
stretching their line. Like
And
someone, they know we have to follow him,
people
or
have
else
to realize
like
how important
have
that
to
is.
follow him. Like,
It's so important.
yeah, bro.
And again, off the ball movement for a winger, he's unreal,
Yeah.
unreal. And my other thing is when we talk about players taking on their outside back, I think this is where Darren and I, if we were coaches, we would have the same philosophy with my wingers for me are the most fun players to watch on the field. You need to be having your defender on the edge of your seat. As an outside back, you must fear your winger. When I think of Marcus Rashford, for instance, when I liked watching Marcus Rashford, he was dribbling at, and he would lose the ball
Yeah.
sometimes, and maybe more than not, but he would go at defenders. I think of the Brighton Ben White move, and I think of that game in general. And every time I saw him against Ben White, he would attack Ben White.
I know I got your number. Like,
Exactly.
I'm coming
So,
for you.
and that's what we want our wingers to do. So when I think of someone like Lamine Yamal on the right side, who I think since our U23 episode, I think people need to really consider what I was saying about Lamine Yamal, because I'm watching him this season and I'm thinking he might not be getting the craziest GAs, but every game I'm watching, he's changing the game. He is unreal. So I think the winger aspect is amazing. That takes us on to our right winger. And you can have your however long you want to talk about your next player, because I know who it is. So let's have the
I was actually going to go with my hot take earlier of like in the early season because people literally thought I was just chatting, bro. I know people left that episode thinking, bro, this Arsenal fan, bro.
JR. He was
I
like,
know people left the episode thinking, what is Darren going on about? But like, I don't think people realize my obsession with like, especially because I don't just hype up random young talent. Like,
no,
people need to realize that like even Arsenal young talents come through, and I'll be like, I don't think they're it. Like, I might even joke like for a while I was telling people Ainsley Maitland-Niles was my favorite player because we were in the dumps, bro. Like,
and if Darren's favorite striker isn't who I think it is, then I'm gonna be.
It is Danny Welbeck still.
Okay. We'll talk about him in a second.
Welbeck is still good, bro. Trust.
I agree. I agree.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, I knew Maitland-Niles wasn't the best right back in the league.
Yeah.
Like, I knew that.
That's what I thought you were thinking of right back.
Yeah.
But okay.
I thought about it. But people wouldn't get it. They would have. It's too early in the show to say that, bro. People would have.
They don't know it's all enough. That's fun.
But no, actually, I'm not gonna go on Yeri. That's who I was talking about. I'm not gonna go on Yeri. I have to go Kayo, bro. I have to, bro, because people who would have known me even earlier before this Wanyeri hype.
77 did.
Like Bukai at left back, I was saying, bro, people aren't listening to me. I don't know why people aren't seeing what I'm seeing. This kid is different. Like,
call yourself the Oracle. That's why,
bro. Like, I am the Oracle, bro. I am. Like, I kept telling you, this guy is different, bro. And the big thing that stood out to me was, bro, he is cooking people at left back like Cancelo was cooking.
Yeah,
However, it was almost every action where he cooked someone led to a goal and assist. Like, it was, bro, why do we have one of our best and most efficient goal and assist getters so far back in our team. So before I thought I'm not gonna lie, I thought Saka's position should have been the left wing when he first broke into the
Came
team.
through, yeah.
Because that was still the era of Sané on the left wing, Sterling on the right wing.
And
like that was
kicking
what I saw.
down.
Yep,
I
just
gotcha.
go down the baseline.
I agree. And he might need to go back to that.
Yeah, that's what he was doing at left back. Like he was going down that side, megging you.
I'd love to
see a step over.
Yeah, I agree.
Getting the ball in. But at right wing, bro, like I'm just happy that he is becoming the player that like I saw from the jump, bro. Because genuinely, I think when I was calling him one of the best young talents, not just like in England, in the world, people were like, bro, what are you on about, bro? Like, relax, Arsenal guy, relax. But what people don't realize is I was same time sitting there seeing Aubameyang tie for Golden Boot and being like, I want this guy out of my team.
Yeah, facts.
It wasn't about just the GA for me. It was about impact to the game, bro. Bro, like, if you watch Arsenal play today, and I know he's been injured this season, but when we're in trouble, bro, it's get the ball to the right wing.
Oh, no, we're going to have a discussion about that soon,
We know it'll stick. Just get the ball out there. We know it'll stick. And when we went through our rut this season, it was because Bukayo was in and out of the team because of injuries. And then we finally got someone who genuinely, like, and this might sound crazy, but I think he has the natural ability to be better than Bukayo. But I think for Ranieri moving forward, it has to be application. Bro, because I'm just telling you, Ranieri, to me, bro, is like, and I say this
in die on the hill. Listen, you can die on it.
I say this one on the group chat all the time, bro. I say all the time in that group chat, Yamal, talk soon. That's how I feel about Ethan Ranieri.
No. All right, no. Let me jump in here because I agree with everything you said until we got chatting.
Bro, I hear you, bro. I hear you. I know you don't see it. I know you don't see it.
I see Ranieri. You know, Darren. You know, I would admit,
and I'm saying you don't have to be on this side yet, bro. I don't need you to be on this side.
Don't worry.
I'm just saying, bro. If this guy gets
say he's better than Yamal. Say he's going to be better. Say it.
I don't think no, because I think Yamal has shown us more. And for me, Ranieri, unfortunately for him, I don't know if he's going to have the freedom to play at Arsenal the way I think he needs to play. Like, he's not going to have the right wing. He's not going to have the cam position. So, like, we either have to change the way we play in. To me, drop Declan Rice back to the 6 and just play 2 free 8s in Odegaard and Ranieri, bro. Like, we're playing I think if you do that, you don't need, say, like a Miles Lewis-Skelly inverting all the time. Because you have someone who can naturally pick up the ball in those pockets.
The team.
No, because I think Miles can still do a job for you. Because it gives you flexibility, though. I think it gives you flexibility in the way you can play. Because I think then you can play, say, like a Caliafori, who's a center back, at left back for that defensive cover in certain games. But forget all of that, bro. Bukayo, back to Bukayo, bro. Forget all of the other Arsenal players. Bukayo, Mo Salah, I'm glad you're rocking. But you know, as soon as you leave, bro, it's not even like there's no conversation after Salah leaves, bro. There is none about who is the best winger in the league. There is none, bro. There is none. I'm not hearing no conversations. It's going to Bukayo when Salah leaves, bro.
I'm a deal.
Get that shit out of
here. No. All right. No, I love Bukayo Saka. I will say when I'm the one that came on this podcast and said, I'm not having any denial of my love for Bukayo Saka. I came on this podcast and said he is closer to Salah than we think. He is. He is way closer to Salah than we think. Salah is GA merchant, and we've talked about how good Salah is, and I'm not going to sit here and say he isn't. I just want us to sit back and realize Bukayo's impact on Arsenal. I think Arsenal were fine until they lost Bukayo. And they lost Bukayo, and I know Ranieri, I think we have to give Ranieri some grace because he is 17, correct?
17.
17 years old.
I'll talk soon.
He's coming out here and playing right wing. And I'm personally of the belief that the right wing play has dropped since Saka has left, and I think Darren would agree with me.
I agree.
And I think it's so much to put on Wanyeri to match the second best right winger in the league.
I agree.
And I want to say he's the best right winger in the league, but I'll say second best because he is the second best. But I think Bukayo Saka's impact to Arsenal is more important than Odegaard's. And I wish I would have stood on that point and said that he was the best player at Arsenal, because I really do sit here and watch Bukayo play, and he is the player out of any Arsenal player that I'm like, I love watching this guy play. I do.
When O isn't in the team, you also see a disruption.
You do.
Because Odegaard was injured this season and Saka was still there. Yes, I think the difference between the two of them is Saka will get you over the line. Like, he'll get you a goal. He'll get you an assist. Whereas I think Odegaard is more reliant on the creating for other people and then them finishing off the move. I think Saka will say, bro, let me dribble past these three and put this shit top corner. If I
agree. But don't you think part of the reason that you notice such a big difference with Odegaard is the profile of the midfielders your team has? Because I look at the profile after Odegaard is out, and I don't know who you bring in that is anywhere near. I hear you.
That's a natural position.
I hear you. I do. But we haven't seen it.
No, we haven't. I agree.
And that's why because this is what I'm saying. For me, and this might sound crazy, if I could drop Wanyeri to Cam right now, I think I would do it. And I would tell Odegaard, you're either sitting further back or
I do agree with that. I think for me, I don't see why Odegaard can't do the same stuff that like
Moreno does,
or a Modric, like that kind of moment of like, definitely. I can sit deeper and orchestrate from here.
Maybe the engine lacks a little bit in comparison,
but I don't think Odegaard's engine is worse than Cruz's was.
No,
and especially when you have the likes of a Declan Rice next to him, I think that gives you more. And what people don't realize is Odegaard covers a lot of ground for us. He leads our press, bro. Like, yes, it might not be like an engine of like when someone gets past him, he's gonna catch up. But like, he can run, bro. He covers ground. Like, so if it's about cutting passing lanes, I think he could do that job there. But
I just think Bukayo.
I think Bukayo too, bro. I think because also in the depth, when Odegaard first came, his first ever season on loan, and that was a shaky season. The only reason why, for me, I was turning on my TV to watch Arsenal was Bukayo, bro. Like, it was Bukayo. So for me, yes, it is Bukayo. But I think people, like, I think it's closer than people give Odegaard credit for.
I think, and I think Odegaard, for me, I loved Odegaard last year and 2 years ago, for instance. 2 years ago, I think, is when I loved him the most. But I think for me, I just think Bukayo is. I just love watching him play. And I think I really think Arsenal need to splash some money this summer on.
We will, bro.
And I think
we will on my striker.
I think we need a striker or a left winger, definitely. I think Arsenal need that. And I think once we see them splash big money, I think we could see a change. But that was good talk on Saka. Now we're going to talk about an even better right winger. We are going to talk about my favorite player that's not United. And he might be even my favorite player, period. What did we talk about? We talked about championship to Prem, right?
We
want to talk about the best ever championship to Prem transfer. Let's discuss.
Go ahead and suck off this French beauty, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Right wing, Michael Olise.
I hear it. He's not better than Saka, but I hear it.
No, he's probably not. Now, we're talking about a player who I discussed dribble. I've talked about this guy so much, but I feel like I just need to say more. Dribbling, right? We talked about taking defenders on. I'll take us back to the body cam of Casemiro. Did we see where he went? Did we see what Michael Olise did to bro? Did we see that? I've never seen a video violate someone so bad than that video. Bro, on a body cam. The ref's body cam. He's running behind him, and you see Casemiro hit the floor. You see 3 other United defenders hit the floor. Oh my. No, let's continue. Let's talk about him. On the right wing, he'll take players down baseline. You know what he'll do? Skin them. But what does he do? He'll cut back to skin them again. He'll put that little dinked cross in. We'll talk about a little dink cross. And then Mateta. What did Mateta do with him? He went on the craziest goal-scoring run I've seen from a striker in so long, bro. From Crystal Palace. Mateta. People were calling him the worst striker in the league. The worst striker in the league before that. He was cooking. No, let's think about it. He's got that left foot. He takes that step inside, curls it. Where does it go? Upper 90. Or you think he's going to curl it. Then he goes near post, slots it in. This man is unreal finishing. Unreal. And I don't think it's discussed nearly enough. I think his dribbling people know. I think his passing people know. But his finishing is crazy. He's at Bayern now, right? I think he and Musiala are the 2 best players at that club. I'm going to be honest. I don't care about Harry Kane's old striker self that stands around and just receives balls from 2 of the best creators in the world. I don't care about that. Chris Wood can do that.
You're crazy.
Rasmus Højlund can do that. Well, whoa. Maybe not. But
Come on, bro.
but nah, for real. Creativity-wise, unreal. And, there's something about just watching him play. Again, he just doesn't care. He doesn't. He goes after an interview. What do you think of your game? Good. What do you think of the other team? Yeah, they suck. What do you think of your goal? It's my job, innit? Like, this is the guy we're talking about. I mean, and he doesn't care. He doesn't. He's just like, whatever. This is what I do. And it's just, I can't even, I mean, I sound like an idiot probably talking about it, but I love this guy. I would take him at United in a heartbeat. I take him at any club in the Prem, bar maybe Arsenal and Liverpool. Except I take him at those clubs because put Michael Olise at 10.
Yeah, bro.
We were talking about Wanyeri. We can bring him back. We can bring Odegaard back. Give me Olise at 10. I think he is just so top. And again, we talked about that championship to Prem. They just signed a player from the championship from Millwall. I would not be surprised. I'm saying it here first. I don't know much about the player. I saw his debut goal. I don't know much about the player. Would not be surprised if we're here in 2 or 3 years saying another championship to Prem baller. Just saying. But for real, Michael Olise. And I'm not taking back that quote that he brought Mateta's career into fruition. He made Mateta good, and now Mateta cooks. Because Olise put that on me. He did. So that's all I got to say.
Let's wrap it up with strikers. I think you're going to go for my striker, but go ahead, T. Go say your striker.
I'm not going with Isak. I'm not going with your striker, Danny Welbeck. But my striker is another championship player that came up, and I think he's a leader. I think he likes to rile people up, and I love that. And he's so quality on the ball. His dribbling's crazy. He's a good finisher. He plays for a club we were talking about that have that recruiting system that turns out to be crazy, João Pedro. Now, I watched him at Watford, and he was crazy at Watford. He was playing on the left wing, and he was cooking. And then he moved striker, and I'm like, can this guy really do striker? He can. We've seen it at Brighton. I think he's Brighton's best player. I said it already. I mean, he's got that. We talked about that Brazilian flair. We talked about it with Cunha. I mean, we see it with this guy too. And I think for me, what I love so much about him is the way he just pisses other players off. And I just love it. I love it. And he's one of my favorite players probably to watch in the world. Definitely my favorite Brighton player. And there's so many strikers I love, but I had to choose him just because it's different than someone we've talked about before. But I would like to finish this episode by saying, Darren, let's hear about Danny Welbeck. Let's hear about him.
That's cute, bro. That's cute.
Do not say you're not picking Danny Welbeck.
Up top. This is a campaign, right? This is a campaign.
Because I'm on a mission, bro. So this has to be a campaign. Just for the off chance this comes across on his YouTube algorithm, But where do I start, bro? I've said it before on this podcast. If you were to ask me who's the best striker in the world,
No, bro, no, you are not picking him. No,
I would have told you a year ago, 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago. I don't know if I would have been that bold yet. But Alexander Isak, bro. Bro, like I keep telling people, like this is TT Jr., bro. This is Thierry Henry. Like this is him. He's back. Like he's back, bro. This is him. And to me, what like the stamp of like there's no disputing Isak anymore is go and watch what he did to our center backs, bro. Go and watch what he did to Arsenal center backs. There is literally no player in the world that we have played in 3 years who has made, like, yes, we've conceded 4, sure. We've conceded 5, sure. No one player has made both our center backs that uncomfortable in any game. And he did it in 2 games in a 2-week span. In any game before it, like Isak has, bro. And to me, I think, bro, even watch what he did to Liverpool's back line, bro. That's what people also aren't realizing. They're like, he bucked Liverpool and they were looking shaky, bro. Isak said, yo, Van Dijk, this is the guy y'all are raving about? Where is this aura y'all are speaking of? Like, where is it? Because I'm not seeing it.
what? The dreads and man bun aren't doing it for you? No, sorry, the waves and man bun. My bad.
Bro, like, genuinely, like, it's funny because FM, like one of my first signings, every single time I got the new FM or I got FIFA manager mode was Isak. Because he's literally 6'4" and he moves like he isn't. But then at the same time, your center backs feel his presence of being 6'4". It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And I think people undercredit him a lot. Because build up, bro, if you want to talk about getting players involved in the game, whether it's his wingers, his center mids, bro, he does it literally. Like there's not a phase in attack. You need him to run the channels, he can do it. Go up there, go compete for a header. Easy. Let me dunk on somebody real quick. Like he dunked on Saliba and Gabriel, the first leg of the Carabao Cup. Bro, like take a long shot. He will give you a cut in, finesse, top corner. Bro, like genuinely. And it's crazy because when he was at Sociedad, before even Newcastle signed him, I was like, bro, bring him to the carpet, bro. That's TT Jr. Bring him to the carpet. And people were like, oh, like he needs time. Isak is good, but he needs time. Like we need to make sure he can do it in the bro. I didn't need to see him do it in the Prem. What he's doing now, I have been able to, bro. He is different, bro. And yes, I'm going to end it by saying I'm not picking Isak. I'm picking Danny.
Yes! Danny!
I want y'all to know, bro, this is an audition, bro. Isak, if you're seeing this, I know you're not. Please, bro. You're a TT. We'll go invincible again, bro. We'll do it. Come to the carpet. But anyway, Danny Welbeck, the best striker to ever grace the planet, bro. No striker is chatting to Danny Welbeck. And I'm being dead ass. If you have an issue with that, I will send you my address in the comments. We will talk about it. We can fight it out if you want. Danny Welbeck at striker, leading the 9. He 9 on his back. Danny Welbeck, my goal getter. Let's talk about it, Tate. Who's your striker?
Well, mine's Del Pedro, but I will say, if Darren would have picked Danny Welbeck, I probably would have never done a podcast with him again. Because if you ask anyone that knows Darren, and you really know Darren, right? You ask anyone that knows Darren, they will tell you his favorite player is Danny Welbeck.
It is. On God, it is. And people think it's a joke.
And do you know what's crazy? I think it's partially because he's Ghanaian, but he's never played for Ghana. Yeah. Not once.
But
he's moved from Arsenal. Wait, did he move from United to Arsenal?
Yeah, United, Arsenal to Watford. or I think
right?
he became
Yeah. No, I think you're right. And then
but I think the thing for Danny Welbeck is like you can see when you watch someone play and like it's the issue with Welbeck, and I think it has been for years, is he can't play anywhere else on the field.
yeah,
And people might think he's not a good striker, but
he's
you,
not
you,
huge
you
either.
can't say he's not a good footballer. Like that's the thing about Welbeck is that like, bro, he can play, bro. Like he can play. Like when you're doing the tiki takas, moving the ball, and it's about the intelligence. Like he knows, bro. I've seen him doing lets at Brighton, bro. Someone squares the ball across the box. He just steps over it. I know there's someone behind me.
Let's talk about free kicks. Who knew
Bro,
this?
on God. And that's the thing. I think that's what people don't realize about Welbeck is how technical he has been his whole career.
Yes.
And obviously he hasn't gotten the platform to show that because he's super injury prone, bro. Like literally his whole career. Like I don't know if there's a single season where he wasn't injured. Yeah. Like he didn't leave for like a month or two. Like literally his whole career.
Yeah.
Like, so I think for a player like that, it is very difficult to find form. But like, bro, Welbeck broke the mold of me hating every United player, bro. Like, even while he was at United, I was like, bro, I love this guy, bro. Like, yes, he might not be this ultimate goal getter. Like, and I think genuinely, unfortunately for him, he's not a false nine, but he's more in the mold of a false nine than an actual nine.
Yeah.
Because he wants to come deeper and get involved in the play because he wants to be pre-assist. And then I run into the box and then you assist me and I just like tap it in. He doesn't want I'm backing a center back down and trapping it. He can do it, but that's not what he wants to do. So for me, Danny Welbeck, bro, like always been in love with the man, always will continue to be. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is a cute favorite player, but everybody knows my favorite player is Danny Welbeck.
I think Danny Welbeck,
respect him.
Listen, when we see in 3 months when Danny Welbeck is starting for Brighton again, I just want people to know this one thing. I'm not as big of a Danny Welbeck fan as Darren, but Danny Welbeck is going to start at 9 for Brighton. And I just picked João Pedro as my 9. Danny Welbeck will start at 9 for Brighton. He is so important to the way Brighton play when he's on the field. And I think, if you talk to Brighton supporters, they will probably tell you how important Danny Welbeck is too. And I just think, we're seeing this Danny Welbeck at, I don't even know how old. He's over 30 easily. I mean, imagine if this guy was able to play this much at 25 or 27. And I just think, Darren and I got to stick to our guns, right? You're always going to hear me hype up Elise. You're always going to hear me hype up Kobe Mainu. You will always hear Darren hype up Wanyeri. You will always hear Darren hype up Isak. You'll always hear him hype up Saka, but you will always, since I've known Darren, you will always hear Darren hype up Danny Welbeck. And that's what you need to remember from this episode, all right? Always remember, bro.
That was a great episode, Tate. It was a long one, but I think it was fun.
Hey,
I enjoyed every
This is what happens when Darren and I get a little too into it. Listen, we've been doing really good with
facts.
But I do think those of the fans that really are into this podcast are actually going to like this episode because I think, you're going to see us kind of look like a little bit of idiots sometimes, and you're going to see why we rave about certain players. And I think that's something that as I watch podcasts, I wish I knew more about people. I know, for instance, when I watch something like SDS, I know Sharky's favorite player is Sergio Busquets. And that's something that I like to know because I like to know the mold of player people like. So hopefully you kind of got that from our episode. Again, I'm going to finish it off with saying we really would like some comments about ideas for what to do, please. Sebastian is our biggest fan, and I love the kid. I love Sebastian.
We need more Sebastian.
We need more. Exactly. Be like Sebastian. That should be our post on our. Or it's going to be a picture of Sebastian saying "Be like Sebastian." Listen to this pod. But no, for real. Pop in the comments. Let us know what you thought. Let us know if you want to have an idea for a video. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. I would love to say we'll be more consistent. We probably won't be more consistent, But if you know Darren and I, this is the way it's going to work for this podcast. The podcast is going to work with inconsistency, and you need to support our inconsistency if you're a fan of us. So, Darren, you have any comments for the fans?
We'll be more consistent. I promise.
No, Darren, I think we're doing good with. We filmed. We went like a month without filming, and we filmed in like 2 or 3 weeks difference.
Yeah.
And guys, you have to remember, Darren's
kind of
we're both working full time.
Yeah.
Darren's also producing almost the entire show. Actually, he is producing the entire show. So we got it, and we're 3 hours behind. So let's respect us.
It is what it is, bro. Loved the episode, Tate. Like Tate said, like, share, comment, subscribe. Thanks for hopping on. Peace.
Tate, I wouldn't be wanting to spend this moment with anybody else but you. Take my hand. Take my hand. Take my hand. Take my hand. Aw, Tate.